Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Are you still confused which career path to choose? Whether you are from a non-IT background or an IT background or any other industry, this video will help you to figure out what suits you best and how to get it started. So watch this video completely to understand more about IT industry and how to attain the required skill set. So in the current IT industry, we have two types of jobs. One is IT and one is non-IT. So we have different types of jobs in IT sector and non-IT sector. So first let's understand what are the jobs available in IT industry and what is the skill set required for those particular jobs. So in the current IT industry, we have three types of categories: coding, non-coding and low coding. So in the coding, we have .NET developer, Snowflake developer and SQL developer. So these are pure technical courses. Whoever are interested in coding or analytics kind of thing, they can get into this kind of roles. Then what are the skill sets required for these particular profiles, right? When you take .NET developer, you need to learn front-end development, back-end development, full stack development and GitHub Copilot, which is an AI related stuff. So if you are getting good hands-on experience on these technologies, then you can easily enter into the role of a .NET developer. But if you should be more passionate about coding, you should be more passionate about accepting the challenges, because these are pure technical things which you need to get more experience or more prior in-hand experience. You need to work on some capstone projects to get the real-time experience. Then next comes to Snowflake developer. So Snowflake developer is also a technical thing. It involves coding, and the skill set required is to learn the Snowflake tool. So Snowflake is nowadays very much in demand. Most of the companies, they are transforming their data from other databases to Snowflake database, and Snowflake is a cloud database. So obviously it will have large demand in the IT industry. So if you are someone who wanted to explore the new technologies, or if you want to upgrade yourself or upskill yourself from the current technology to a new technology, then you can try out the Snowflake. Then we have our traditional SQL developer. So for SQL developer, the skill set required is to learn SQL, in depth of SQL, MySQL and sometimes Oracle database. So if you have a hands-on knowledge on these three tools, in depth of these three tools, then you can easily get into the SQL developer. So once you get into each of these roles and gain a good real-time experience, then you need not to look back in your career, right? You have a lot of opportunities moving ahead and you have a lot of career growth as well. Now coming to non-coding roles, right? So in the non-coding roles, we basically have two types of roles. One is business analyst and one is scrum master. So what kind of skill set we require for a business analyst? So for a business analyst, the skill set required is documentation, because most of the times a BA or a business analyst will spend time in documenting the requirements, right? So we should be thorough in using the documentation, in doing the documentation, and we should also able to communicate properly. A moderate to high level of English is enough to get into the role of a business analyst, and you should have a good problem solving skills, right? You should have spontaneity in responding to the client questions, or any kind of challenge if you encounter, then you should be immediately providing some kind of solution or workaround to the client or internal stakeholders. Then one of the most important skill set is you should possess stakeholder management. So how to get all these skill set, right? So documentation skill you'll get, you can get on your own. Communication, if you speak, there are many applications where you can practice communication. So communication is not a problem. You can attain yourself through self-learning. But problem solving skills and stakeholder management, you need to get a real-time training on these two particular things, because you cannot anticipate what kind of challenges or what kind of problems you encounter in the real-time project as a business analyst, right? So you should always choose a right trainer so that they can teach you how to handle the challenging situations as a business analyst based on their real-time experience. And also stakeholder management. So you need to have a real-time experience on working on the capstone projects or capstone case studies on how to do the stakeholder management, right? So attaining this kind of skill set can easily make you to get into the role of a business analyst. Now we have one more non-coding role, which is, as I mentioned, which is Scrum Master. So the skill set required for a Scrum Master is again the people management, critical problem solving, and client management. So Scrum Master is like a basically like a managerial role. Okay, so if you have enough experience as a team lead, or if you have enough experience in the people management, then you can get into on this Scrum Master role, right? So any fresher who wanted to get as a Scrum Master role, or anyone who is having less experience, less than 5 years, right? So the getting onto the Scrum Master role directly is very challenging, and it is not advisable also, right? So anyone who is having experience more than 8 years in the IT industry can easily get into the role of a Scrum Master. Now we have low coding jobs as well, low coding category in the IT industry. So we have automation QA and entry level data analyst. So these are the two these are the two profiles which have very low coding, but you need to have some level of understanding of code, right? So when you take automation, right, automation QA, you need to understand what is manual testing, and you should also understand what is automation testing. When it comes to automation testing, you can you need to learn Java, Selenium, or any other automation tool so that you get into the role of an automation tester. So these will have very less code. You need not write any huge code or critical code, but you need to learn how to code the Selenium, or how to do the JavaScripting and everything. Then we have entry level data analyst, right? So for entry level, to get into the role of an entry level data analyst, then you need to learn any of the data visualization tool like Power BI or Tableau, or you should also learn SQL and advanced Excel. So with learning these tools, you can enter into the or you can capture the entry level data analyst job. So once you get into the job role, then you need to upgrade yourself again with advanced technologies, and you need not to look back in your career. So these are the jobs current IT industry possess, which are in which are in boom is what I can say. So these are roles which are having more opportunities in the IT industry, and these are AI proof, right? So if you if you want but you need to learn AI as well along these roles. Okay, so if you want to get into business analyst, you should also understand how to use AI as a BA, right? How to document your requirements using AI, right? How to reduce your time using AI, right? Because anyone who is having knowledge of doing the documentation very fast using AI will be preferred in the current IT industry, rather than who is dependent on more doing manual work, right? So you should always learn AI as well apart from these tools if you want to get into the IT industry in the current in the current times, right? Or in the current AI revolution. Now we also have other job types in the non-IT which are basically, right, we have two sectors, one is BPO and one is customer care. So in the BPO we have data entry, telemarketing executives, and medical transcription. In the data entry you have many very minimal skill, like if you know the typing, then you can easily get into the data entry job role. For telemarketing, you need the skill set required is communication, and for the medical transcription the skill set required is typing skills, right? When it comes to customer care, you need to have, these are the roles what are available: back office support, call centers, accounting, and receptionist. these these roles does not require any specific skill set. Anyone can fill up these roles without a minimum or with a minimal skill set. Okay, so all these roles which comes under non-IT are very much impacted with the AI nowadays, right? See, anyone can replace nowadays. Who is doing data entry? Everything is done by AI, right? You can achieve whatever you do as a data entry, you can achieve using AI. And telemarketing executives, right? So we have already seen 40 to 50% of telemarketing is done by AI, right? You receive automated calls, that is AI, right? And again, call centers are, within 1 or 2 years you might not see any individual who is working in call center. So anyone who is currently working in non-IT industry should do a retrospective and try to upgrade themselves or try to upskill themselves and move on to the IT sector along with learning along with AI, right? So we cannot stick to non-IT roles much time in this era of AI, right? So most of the jobs will be vanished in next 4 to 5 years. Like most of the non-IT jobs will vanish from the next 4 to 5 years. If you are not habituated or you are not cultivated to use AI or associate AI in your daily job routines. I hope I gave you enough information on what are the jobs available in the current IT industry and what is the skill set you required to get into each of those roles, right? So if you still have any questions, type your questions in the comments. I will answer your question. Or if you want to schedule a one-to-one career counseling, link is in the description. You can schedule a 15 minutes one-to-one career counseling session for free. Thank you.